Yeah, the line gets super thin between a play with music and a musical, and jukebox musicals definitely walk a thin line. But even though the book is doing a lot of heavy lifting and weaving the story together and giving those songs context, the songs are still what's propelling the story forward, specifically the lyrics. If we look at a book jukebox musical like Mamma Mia, a song like Take a Chance on Me already has storytelling elements to it. That song still has a motivation even though it doesn't have specific characters involved. All that the book is doing is giving us specific characters, Rosie and Bill, and a subplot in which it makes sense for Rosie to sing that song to Bill. The song, though, is still doing all the heavy lifting in that scene and propelling it forward. And even bio jukebox musicals will still specifically pick a song where the lyrics are enhancing the scene that song is in. This can be a song where the lyrics perfectly match what is happening in that artist's life at that time. Look at Oh What a Night in Jersey Boys or War in Ain't Too Proud. Bio jukebox musicals can also combine diegetic singing with non-diegetic singing. One of my favorite examples of this is the One Fine Day sequence in Beautiful that starts out diegetically and shows where they are in their career and then ends non-diegetically and shows where they are in their relationship. And that is a song where the lyrics are so important to that context of both halves of that scene, that the lyrics can mean something entirely different depending on who's singing it and how they're singing it. But you can't replace that scene with any other Carole King song. But then something like Lady Day at Emerson's Bar and Grill is a play with music. And this is such an interesting piece to look at because the songs are important to that production. It's a literal reenactment of one of Billie Holiday's final performances. But the songs themselves are not propelling the story forward. Her character is, and how her character evolves throughout the night. You could take any single one of those songs and replace them with a different song, and it would be the same show and tell the same story. And then we have another thin line between a play with music like Lady Day versus a musical revue like Ain't Misbehavin'. A musical revue is more like a fictionalized concert without that forward motion development like Lady Day has. And then you have the very thin line between a review and a song cycle, and that line is so thin, I haven't even made up my mind yet on what's the difference. But for me, they bridge that gap between concert and musical, with a song cycle being more of a musical with storytelling elements and a review being more of a concert.